Bet just $5 on college football and get $200 in free bets instantly. That's code WSYR only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 plus and physically present in New York. One per new customer. Minimum $5 deposit and wager. $200 issued as 8 $25 free bets. Restrictions apply. See terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467369.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
WSYR Syracuse, WSYR FM Solvay. This is News Radio 570 WSYR.
Syracuse's breaking news, weather, and traffic station.
On 106.9 FM.
And live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Cloudy 80s, some thunderstorms moving through central New York. 3 o'clock, I'm Dave Smith. These are the top stories. A Syracuse mother and a boyfriend charged in the death of an 11-month-old boy. Syracuse police say the double shooting deaths this week are murder. And Wall Street down after a Federal Reserve chairman warns fighting inflation will be painful. Details ahead. First, traffic and weather together on the 10s. Here's Justin James.
From the Price Chopper Market 32 Traffic Center, traffic is still moving well 690 east and west as you make your way to the fairgrounds. Use caution, though. The speed limit has been reduced to 55 on both 690 and 695. And there are delays at the intersection of State Fair Boulevard and Bridge Street. Justin James on Syracuse's breaking news, weather and traffic station, News Radio 570 WSYR.
We'll see a heavy thunderstorm early this evening, otherwise considerable cloudiness tonight. Those storms can bring flash flooding and isolated damaging wind gusts, the low 62. A pleasant day tomorrow, partly sunny, high 77. Mainly clear tomorrow night, low 55. Mostly sunny Sunday, high 85.
It's heavily redacted. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. But a newly unsealed affidavit does offer more information about the search of former President Trump's Florida estate, part of a probe into improper removal and storage of classified information. The affidavit was used by the FBI to get a search warrant.
In the court filing, the FBI says 14 of 15 boxes removed from Mar-a-Lago earlier this year contained classified records and top-secret documents. The affidavit also notes the Justice Department wrote in a letter to Trump's attorneys in June that Mar-a-Lago was not authorized to store classified information. The FBI says the criminal investigation began as a result of a referral from the National Archives and Records Administration.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. The affidavit cites dozens of classified documents found in boxes that had already been turned over to the National Archives from Trump's home, including 25 marked top secret, 67 marked confidential. Trump has claimed the documents had been declassified. President Biden with a skeptical reaction to a reporter's question about that.
Well, I just want to know I've declassified everything in the world. I'm president. I can do it all. Come on. Declassified everything. I'm not going to comment on it because I don't know the detail. I don't even want to know. I'll let the Justice Department take care.
He's heading to Delaware for the weekend, also telling reporters the economy is looking good. The president noting a positive report on inflation, showing consumer prices rising slightly less in July compared to June's year-over-year increase. But Fed Chief Jay Powell says taming inflation will take some time.
Powell also says there will be some pain to households, and the labor market will soften as the Fed fights inflation. He says labor markets are particularly strong but out of balance.
Fox's Jenny Cosola, the talk of pain and suggestion of possible job loss rattling the markets. The Dow's down 821 points. America's listening to Fox News.
570 WSYR News Time, 3:03. A Syracuse mother and her boyfriend have now been arrested after her son dies from fentanyl poisoning. 31-year-old Elizabeth Suave and her boyfriend, 38-year-old Quinn Hun, have been charged with a second-degree manslaughter. The charge comes after a 911 call resulted in the child being rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The autopsy revealed the child died from the fentanyl poisoning. Syracuse police are now treating the deaths of a man and a woman found in an apartment on Burnett Avenue earlier this week as murders.
The remains of 32-year-old Lexus Sellon and 46-year-old Jamie Crawford were discovered at an apartment Wednesday afternoon. A child was also found in the apartment with their bodies. Officials are still looking into the relationship between Sellon and Crawford. Ian Wheatley, News Radio 570 WSYR.
The attorney representing an alleged rape victim is speaking out after filing a civil suit against 3 San Diego State University football players. Dan Gillian says All-American punter Matt Ariza, who now plays for the Buffalo Bills, admitted in a phone call with a young woman who was 17 at the time that he did have sex with her.
He was saying, yeah, you should get tested for chlamydia, and we hooked up. and you should get a pregnancy test.
The young woman claims she was gang raped by several San Diego State football players at an off-campus house party in October of last year, but no charges have yet been filed. It's day 3 at the fair. It's Pride Day and New Americans Day. About 100 people took an oath of citizenship today out at the fairgrounds. News and service of Drivers Village and Cicero. Your next news at 3:30. Breaking news anytime on Syracuse's breaking news, weather, and traffic station. News Radio 570 WSYR on 106.9 FM.
Well, good afternoon. My name is not Bob Lonsberry. My name is Newman. Pretty much the same, just one syllable name. Well, actually 2 syllables, but one name. I'm kind of like Madonna, only a little prettier. By the way, Madonna is going to be up for an award, an MTV Video Music Award this weekend. I was going through the list of nominees prior to getting on the air, and I thought, my gosh, MTV is still going to have a Video Music Awards ceremony this weekend, and Madonna is up for one. So is Elton John. It's like what's old is new again. So I'm probably pretty new to you guys, and I understand, believe me, I understand. When you are listening to one of your favorite programs and a fill-in host comes in, you automatically get that feeling of, really? Well, I apologize for that, but let me introduce myself so you know a little bit about where I'm coming from, who I am, and who this knucklehead is going to be hanging with you for the next 3 hours. I was born in Pennsylvania and have pretty much spent most of my life, most of my career in Pennsylvania, from the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton area, which is not too far away from Syracuse. So the Electric City where The Office was filmed, that whole thing. Although by the time they started filming The Office, I had pulled out of town and moved on with my life. But my parents are still there, and I do spend quite a bit of time. My parents are getting a little bit up in years. I mean, they're probably about Joe Biden's age right about now. My dad is in great shape. My mom, she's hanging in there. And sidebar, my parents were always heavy-duty into fitness. They'd go to the gym. They would run. They watched what they ate. And unfortunately, my mom's health is starting to deteriorate a little bit. But I just read a story earlier today that scientists are saying, your genetics have a lot to do with where you're going to go in your golden years. But they do say there's evidence now that if you exercise, you can prolong your longevity, and your physical activity and what you put into your body can sort of outweigh your genetic makeup. Do I believe that? Maybe it's a blanket statement. I don't know if it's true for everybody. But now, back to my original point in introducing myself. Once I left the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton area where I started my radio career at a top 40 station, 98.5 KRZ. I ended up moving to Pittsburgh where I met my wife, and I managed to live in Pittsburgh with my wife for about 11 months before my boss. Now, I would look at it and say, we just didn't see eye to eye. He came up with a term called insubordination. So he showed me the door. He's the boss. I was not. I got fired and was kind of nervous. I thought, well, what am I going to do now? My wife had planned on moving down to San Antonio. Those plans got derailed, and I found a job in Santa Barbara, California, where I did a morning radio program out there. Music related, if you were into the Gin Blossoms and Alanis Morissette and the Spin Doctors and those guys, that's pretty much the music that we played out there. Sheryl Crow, I remember she came to the Santa Barbara Bowl, and I actually had an opportunity. It was my first big interview with a superstar or an artist. We left Santa Barbara not because I didn't want to. I mean, it is absolutely beautiful out there. And I was talking to Scott, our producer, off the air just a minute ago. He's from California, just outside of San Diego, and Temecula, I think. And I mean, Scott, you would agree with me. It is probably one of the most beautiful sections on planet Earth, that entire West Coast line. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
I just couldn't, right? I just could not afford. Couldn't afford to live there. I couldn't. I mean, I was on a radio salary. A lot of people think when you're in the radio business, you're making a lot of money. Not the case. We were flipping a coin. Do we put gas in the car or do we buy baby formula? It was kind of a touch and go sort of thing. Left California, went back to the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton area to do a country radio show. And I never did country before. I kind of, I'll be honest, turned my nose up at the country music business because It just wasn't my thing. I grew up with Def Leppard and Bon Jovi, with Motley Crue. That was kind of my wheelhouse when it came to music. I liked some of the top 40 stuff too, and I worked with it for a long time, but country wasn't my thing. Let me tell you how wrong I was. I was way off base. First thing I noticed is that the country music fans of the fairer sex, the ladies, are absolutely stunningly gorgeous. And my wife would agree with me. I'm not saying anything out of turn here. There's that. And then the other thing that I noticed is the artists and the people who write the music and the producers and pretty much everybody in the industry, for the most part, they're the sweetest people on planet Earth. One or two of them may have said bless your heart, which is code for some bad words, but I've only heard that around me one or two times. For the most part, everybody has been absolutely spectacular. I fell in love with the process of making country music and meeting these folks and learning their stories. So, and the fans are just as loyal, I would say as loyal as news talk radio fans, or more loyal. It's a touch and go thing there. But I've had an absolute blast. I've been living in the Harrisburg area, which is the capital of Pennsylvania. A lot of people think it's Philly, but it's not. It's Harrisburg, right in the middle, just a little bit down the road from where 3 Mile Island is. And been there for over 20 years, probably about 21 years now, working for an iHeart radio station down there, doing a country show and programming that station. So yeah, there's my background. During the first 10 years, I didn't do much in talk radio. The second 10 years, we have a local station in Harrisburg where we have a local talk show, and it became available, and it was taken by a guy by the name of Ken Matthews, who ended up filling in for Rush Limbaugh toward the end of Rush Limbaugh's life, and I would fill in for Ken on the local station. So that's my my tenure or my experience in news talk radio. And it's awesome because my kids, I have 3 boys, and they're heavy duty into sports. So they looked at my situation on WHP 580 filling in for Ken Matthews as, okay, so Dad, if Ken is filling in for Rush and Ken gets sick and he can't fill in for Rush, you're going to be filling in for Rush, right? And I said, as much as I like the way you guys are thinking, that's not the way it works in the radio business, but I do appreciate your enthusiasm. So again, my name is Newman. It is Open Line Friday, filling in for Bob Lonsberry, and our phone number is 315-421-9797, 315-421-9797 here on News Radio 570 WSYR. There's lots of things that we can talk about. I really wish there was a couple of less things to talk about. Today, the redacted documents as to why, the affidavit as to why the FBI went to Mar-a-Lago came out. And I haven't seen a heck of a lot about it, other than it looks like a lot of pages with a lot of black lines. And that is to be expected. That's kind of what everybody was saying you're going to be dealing with, which is frustrating because I believe, call me crazy, I really don't care, I believe Donald Trump was probably one of the most transparent, if not the most transparent president that we've had, at least in my lifetime. And the Democrats will say that they're transparent. The Democrats will say that they're uniters. The Democrats will say all the right things, and then they go around and do whatever they choose anyway. But these are the same people that can't define a woman. These are the same people that lied to you about Russia. These are the same people that told you the vaccine was going to be safe and effective. These are the same people that told you if you get the vaccine, you're not going to get COVID. Same people who said if you get the vaccine, you're not going to die. You're not going to be able to spread it to other people. They lied over and over and over again. And the really funny thing about that, which we'll get into in a little bit, is now that we all know, I think we all knew. I think most people knew, but maybe a few people had their head in the sand. But now that we all know, even the folks at the CDC know that the vaccine is not going to protect you from getting COVID. It is not going to prevent you from spreading COVID. It is not going to keep you from dying. It is, in my opinion, 100% useless. You're injecting something that's experimental into your body, and now they're trying to say that it's Donald Trump's fault. Well, it's the Trump vaccine. Now, I remember when Joe Biden got his vaccine, which was just before his inauguration in January of 2021. It was, I believe, December of 2020. He got his vaccine. Then he turned around and said he didn't take the vaccine for a brief moment after he was inaugurated. But yeah, you did. Yes, you did. They were saying that there was no vaccine in and around that bubble of time. Donald Trump fast-tracked it. Remember Operation Warp Speed? The difference here is Donald Trump got all the bureaucratic, all the red tape, all the garbage off the table so that we could move forward with a vaccine. And at the time, everybody thought that this was the bubonic plague. Everybody thought we're doomed. So Donald Trump fast-tracked this thing and said, if you want to take it, take it. The Democrats and Joe Biden said, if you don't take it, we're going to take your job. If you don't take it, we're going to kick you out of the military. If you don't take it, you can't travel. If you don't take it, we're going to shut down your business. If you don't take it, it went from encouragement to, hey, you better do this or you're going to be in some hot water. Your life is over. If you don't take this vaccine, your life is over. And now the CDC is saying, yeah, unvaccinated and vaccinated people, pretty much treat them the same way because they're going to have the same result with this disease, this virus out there. Oh, and by the way, if the vaccine's not working and there are any side effects, it's all Donald Trump's fault. It's amazing how they just keep shifting the goalposts. All right, we're going to take a break. The number again is 315-421-9797. 315-421-9797. This is News Radio 570 WSYR. My name is Newman, in for Bob Lonsberry. We'll be right back.
From the Price Jobber Market 32 Traffic Center, South Bay Road at East Taft Road, police are on the scene of a crash. Traffic moving well 690 west as you leave downtown and head to the fairgrounds. Delays are minor at the off-ramp to Solve and the fairgrounds. We do have delays, though, along State Fair Boulevard between Bridge Street all the way to Gate 6. Justin James on Syracuse's breaking news, weather and traffic station, News Radio 570 WSYR.
Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blind shades and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. Don't overpay for new blinds. Shop Blindster today and save big. Blindster.com.
News Radio 570 WSYR. Weather.
Tonight we'll see a heavy thunderstorm early in the evening, otherwise considerable cloudiness. Storms can bring flash flooding and isolated damaging wind gusts, low 62. Tomorrow, partly sunny and pleasant. Tomorrow's high 77. Tomorrow night, mainly clear skies, low 55. Mostly sunny Sunday, high 85. From the Syracuse Tile and Marble Weather Center, Syracuse Tile and Marble, your one-stop supplier for cabinetry, countertops, and tile. I'm forecaster Drew Shannon.
This is Clay Travis. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
The Bills say they are aware of the lawsuit in California that accuses punter Matt Ariza of joining former college teammates in the sexual assault of a minor. The Bills closed the preseason tonight against Carolina. The Mets look for a second straight win tonight against Colorado. Live Golf Series player Lee Westwood says the PGA Tour changes announced this week are laughable. He calls them copies of what the Breakaway Tour is doing. I'm Rich Johnson.
Staples has all your dorm or remote learning and workplace solutions covered. This week, get 25% off desks, filing and storage solutions, lighting and decor, and more when you purchase any chair at Staples. In-store only offer ends 9/24. Explore solutions for your remote workspace at Staples, the working and learning store.
Summer.
A summer of freedom.
Is winding down.
A summer of joy.
Plug back in.
This is the end.
Getting back to a more normal life.
News Radio 570 WSYR.
Wireless headphones. That'll be $200.
I'll use my Capital One Quicksilver card.
Now that's a hit. You used the Capital One Quicksilver card, which makes you the hero of every purchase. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere.
I wanted running music, but unlimited 1.5% cash back is pretty heroic.
Good instincts. Every hero needs a theme song. The Capital One Quicksilver card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This is it. Your last chance to win $5,000 a week forever from Publishers Clearinghouse. There are just days left to enter. Win $5,000 a week for your life. Then after that, someone you choose gets $5,000 a week for their life. But you must enter at PCH.com before it's too late. Leave a legacy for your loved ones. Hurry, time is running out. So enter now at PCH.com. $5,000 a week forever. Don't miss your last chance to win it this August 31st. Enter now at PCH.com. Entries due 8/29. No purchase necessary. Void or prohibited.
Hi, I'm Dan Scherf, General Manager of the Nida Motor Group in Oneida. Inventory is beginning to arrive. Put your name on a Nida vehicle before it's too late. We're just 20 minutes from Utica, Syracuse, and Rome. Don't just see why. Come see why. It's gotta be Nye. Stop it today or visit us at nyeauto.com.
Watch your savings grow with the Summit Federal Credit Union. Earn 2.5% annual percentage yield on a 17-month Summit Share Certificate when you transfer funds from another financial institution. Visit summitfcu.org today. Membership eligibility required. Certificate must be opened by September 14th. $500 minimum of new funds to open certificate. Federally insured by NCUA.
This month at Matthews Kia on Route 31, the new 2023 Kias are here, with new shipments arriving every week. So if you're looking for a new 2023 Kia, now's the time to pre-order and get exactly the vehicle you want at Matthews Kia. We even have the redesigned new 2023 Kia Sportage Hybrid all-wheel drive. It has a powerful turbo engine that gets up to 43 mpg combined. And at Matthews Kia, you'll never pay over sticker, even for the most in-demand vehicles. We don't add market adjustment fees or other hidden charges. See all the new 2023 Kias for yourself at Matthews Kia in Clay or MatthewsKiaClay.com, where we never sell above MSRP, ever.
Don't go to an overpriced mattress store. You won't find a middleman between my mattress maker's quilting machines and the premium mattresses on display at the factory. I'm Charlie Van Patten, owner of Mattress Makers. Save half or more buying direct. Mattress Makers on Bridge Street behind Henry Wilson Jewelers.
Dirty Honey. The California Dreamin' Tour. Saturday, September 17th, the Vine Showroom at Del Lago Resort and Casino. With special guest, Dorothy. Two of today's most dynamic bands join forces. Tickets are on sale now at DelLagoResort.com. Must be 21 or older to attend shows at the Vine. Dirty Honey, Dorothy.
Get ready for back to school with Colonial Laundromat. Featuring huge family-size washers. Colonial is clean, safe, and open 24/7. Over 35 convenient locations around central New York. Go back to school sharp and clean with Colonial Laundromat.
People just want to have gas. So we're extending the 100-gallon gas offer. Only at James Mitsubishi. Only James is giving away gas while helping people drive a nicer, newer car. Folks, now we only have 12 slots left. So text the words gas to James1 and you'll receive 100 gallons of gas with your purchase of any new James Mitsubishi. You could be driving a new 2022 James Mitsubishi Outlander Sport for just $288 per month. Plus, with 100 gallons of gas, you'll be able to drive more than 3,000 miles in your new Outlander Sport. So get your 100 gallons of gas. Text the words gas to James1 right now and reserve your spot. But hurry, because we only have 12 slots up for grabs. Text the words gas to James1. That's gas to James1.
No two offers combined. Credit requires bank approval. Stock number N1635. MSRP 26815. Based on 84 months at 3.5% APR financing with 5370 customer down payment due at signing. See dealer for details. All offers plus tax, tag, and fees. Expires 8/31/22.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
You're listening to Bob Lonsberry on News Radio 570 WSYR. Now on 106.9 FM.
My name is Newman, in for Mr. Lonsberry. Yeah, he is out today. I think he's going to be out again on Monday, but I'll be with you until about 6 o'clock this evening. And if you don't know who's Newman, what is this guy all about? If you're just joining us, I'll synopsize who I am. I'm from Pennsylvania, currently still live in Pennsylvania, and I've filled in for our news talk station in Pennsylvania, in Harrisburg, the state capital, WHP 580. Been doing that for the better part of a decade, and the fine folks here at 570 WSYR said, "Hey, what are you doing on Friday?" I said, "I'm going to hang out with you guys." So that's how I got here. Today, of course, the redacted affidavit was released at about noon today, and it was supposed to tell us all about why the FBI stormed Mar-a-Lago so very dramatically. It's amazing. I could be wrong, I had read that President Obama had taken about 33 million documents. I suppose he's going to have those housed, stored, or put into whatever presidential library eventually gets built. If that project is still happening, which I'm sure it is. But the FBI said that it had, quote-unquote, probable cause to believe that additional records containing classified information, including national defense information, would be found on the premises of former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago home, beyond what he had previously turned over to the National Archives and Records Administration, according to the unsealed, heavily redacted affidavit that was released earlier today. The government is conducting a criminal investigation concerning improper removal and storage of classified information in unauthorized spaces, as well as the unlawful concealment or removal of government records. Okay, and it's going to get heavy duty into the weeds, and everybody's going to pick this apart, and it's going to take a couple of days. I'm sure that the Sunday shows are going to be jam packed with analysts and speculators, and I guess if you're anti-Trump, you are just rah, put the guy in cuffs, let's see him in an orange jumpsuit, we can't wait. And if you're pro-Trump, you're like, this is absolute lunacy. You are going after a former president. Personally, I think he's the current president. You're going after a former president, unprecedentedly raiding his home, looking for records that you knew were missing since January of 2021. You went down earlier this year, I believe it was in June, and Donald Trump was there and talked to the investigators that were there in Mar-a-Lago and said, whatever you guys need, whatever we can work out with you, no problem. And I think the takeaway there was the Fed said, yeah, you know what, if you're going to keep the documents in this room, that's fine. Just get a better lock or a better security type system on the door so that it's a little more secure. And I believe the folks at Mar-a-Lago followed through on that. Now, here's the other question that I've had, and I'm sure a lot of other folks have had too. If these documents were so sensitive, and if these documents could have put people in the field, let's say, in jeopardy, people who are working overseas, undercover, whatever, or the nuclear codes, give me a break. If it was that dire, why would you wait from June of 2022 till August to have this raid? I think it's all staged. I think it is being put in place in order to figure out a way to prevent Donald Trump from ever running for office again. And I find it almost humorous because we still haven't fixed anything with Dominion. We still haven't fixed anything with these mail-in ballots. We still haven't fixed anything about the fraud that took place in the election of 2020. I know some people are going to roll their eyes and be like, oh, come on, get over it. Donald Trump lost. Joe Biden's the president. I don't believe it. We've got at least 5 states, Pennsylvania being one of them, Michigan, I believe Arizona, and blanking out on the other 2 right now, that need to have forensic audits. A forensic audit to find out how many of these ballots are legitimate ballots. I have an analysis or an analogy of what I'm talking about from my friend Ken Matthews. He put it out there, plagiarizing or researching some of his stuff, some of his ideas. But I'll share that with you on the other side of the break and explain what I mean by a forensic audit. Maybe you already know. Just in case, I'm going to explain it anyway. My name is Newman, in for Bob Lounsbury. It is News Radio 570 WSYR. You want to join the conversation? 315-421-9797. 315-421-9797. And we'll be right back.
Together is better. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton.
Please come join our side.
We want you to be a part of the party. Monday at noon.
Less regulation and more freedom.
On News Radio 570 WSYR.
Keep listening for the next chance to win your way to our iHeartRadio Music Festival, September 23rd and 24th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Tickets are on sale right now. AXS.com.
Stream it free on the CW app and CWTV.com.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival is connecting all of us.
Brought to you by the CW's new hit series, All American Homecoming. Stream every episode now for free, only on the CW app.
College football is back. Time to enjoy the tradition, the fun, and the great offers from DraftKings Sportsbook. New customers can bet just $5 on any team and get $200 in free bets instantly, win or lose. You can also place a same-game parlay for a shot at an even bigger payout. Just combine multiple bets into one, which team will get the win, which team to score first, and more. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. and use code WSYR. Bet just $5 on college football and get $200 in free bets instantly. That's code WSYR only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 plus and physically present in New York. One per new customer. Minimum $5 deposit and wager. $200 issued as 8 $25 free bets. Restrictions apply. See terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467369.
Come see the many Mazda models to choose from at Burdick Mazda, Upstate's only President's Club award winner.
During the Mazda Season of Discovery sales event, drive home a new 22 Mazda CX-5 CUV. Choose your trim level, then purchase with low 3.9 APR financing for 63 months, or lease through Mazda Financial. Smart remote start and iActive all-wheel drive come standard on every new 22 Mazda CX-5. Burdick Mazda at Drivers Village has nearly 100 new Mazda models available.
Many in stock, more arriving all the time. That's why people choose Burdick Mazda at Drivers Village. See why at burdickmazda.com.
Special APR offer for well-qualified buyers when financed through participating lender. Not all buyers will qualify. Down payment and other factors may affect qualification. $1,762 a month per $1,000 financed, plus tax, DMV, and $97.50 doc fee. Ends 8/31/22.
This hour is brought to you by Seneca Savings on News Radio 570 WSYR.
Hey, you're listening to me for free right now, and that's awesome because it seems like they're trying to charge you for everything these days. But not radio, and not the iHeartRadio app. It's all free. Podcasts, streaming music, digital radio, all in one for $0. It's like, why wouldn't you download it? Unless you want to pay for it, but that's weird. Don't do that. I mean, you can't. But you can listen to everything you love on the iHeartRadio app. Download it today for free.
iHeartRadio.
News starts now on News Radio 570 WSYR.
Cloudy, some thunderstorms in the area, 80 at 3:30. I'm Dave Smith. These are the top stories. Police continue to investigate what they now say is a double murder in Syracuse. A second state employee pleads guilty in a pandemic-related scheme, and many looking at the redacted affidavit used to justify the FBI raid on Trump's home. Details ahead. First, traffic and weather together on the 10s. Here's Justin James.
From the Price Chopper Market 32 Traffic Center, traffic is moving well through downtown at the 690-81 interchange. Traffic still moving well on 690 East and West as you make your way to the fairgrounds. No delays at the off-ramps to Salve, and traffic moving well 695 northbound approaching 690. Next update in 10 minutes. Now into 570 WSYR Weather Center. Here's meteorologist Drew Shannon.
We'll see a heavy thunderstorm early this evening, otherwise considerable cloudiness tonight. Those storms can bring flash flooding and isolated damaging wind gusts, the low 62. A pleasant day tomorrow, partly sunny, high 77. Mainly clear tomorrow night, low 55. Mostly sunny Sunday, high 85.
Fox News, I'm Kevin Uretsky. The redacted Department of Justice affidavit, which led to the raid of President Trump's home, is released. It shows a preliminary review in May of the item stored at Mar-a-Lago found 184 classified documents, including 25 marked top secret.
We've heard a back and forth for months that the Department of Justice and federal prosecutors and the FBI knew that these documents were in a room at Mar-a-Lago. The actual search did not happen, or raid, whatever you want to call it, did not happen till August.
Fox's David Spahn, President Trump releasing a statement on Truth Social, reading in part, quote, "We gave them much. Judge Bruce Reinhart should have never allowed the break-in of my home." Fed Chair Jerome Powell today saying interest rates will need to be high enough to slow the economy in order to beat back inflation. Stocks tumbling as a result, down nearly 870 points. America is listening to Fox News.
Health and Humans.
570 WSYR News Time is 3:33. Syracuse police are continuing to investigate what they now call a double homicide on Burnett Avenue.
The bodies of 32-year-old Alexis Sellen and 46-year-old Jamie Crawford were found shot to death Wednesday afternoon. The family says there was a child with disabilities living at the house, and the child was found at that scene by the child's aide. Ian Wheatley, News Radio 570 WSYR.
A second state employee has pleaded guilty in a scheme to steal more than $1.6 million in pandemic-related unemployment benefits. Wendell Giles admitted recruiting people he knew to submit false unemployment claims to co-defendant Carl DeVeglia. The both men got share of the fraudulent payments. Prosecutors say DeVeglia even joked about a vanity plate for Giles' new motorcycle, TYPUA, meaning Thank You Pandemic Unemployment Assistance. 2 people have been arrested for the poisoning death of an 11-month-old boy. The boy's mother, 31-year-old Elizabeth Swab, and her boyfriend, 38-year-old Quinn Huon, have been charged with second-degree manslaughter. The boy was rushed to the hospital after a 911 call where he was pronounced dead. An autopsy revealed the child died from fentanyl poisoning. Governor Hochul is directing the state labor department to study the effects of the COVID pandemic on women.
And it's going to be broad. We're going to peel back every dynamic. And let's look at not just in the workplace, but what happened to women when the decisions were made to have all the kids go home and learn remotely.
Hochul says shutting down the schools was a big mistake and it was chaos. The announcement coincides with today's observance of Women's Equality Day. Your next news is at 4 o'clock. Breaking news anytime on Syracuse's breaking news, weather, and traffic station. News Radio 570 WSYR on 106.9 FM.
This report is brought to you by Friendly Honda, Route 5 in Fayetteville, or friendlyhondacuse.com.
This is KNN, the Kia News Network.
This just in. Gas prices continue to be at record levels. Inflation seems to be out of control, but there is still a way to save money. Simply purchase a new fuel-efficient Kia from Kia of East Syracuse. You can save hundreds, maybe even thousands a year in fuel and repair costs simply by purchasing a new Kia. That's right. With Kia of East Syracuse 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty, you won't need to worry about major repair costs. Choose from new arrivals like the 2023 Forte, Soul, or Sportage, all available and ready to save you money. Plus, for a limited time, it's the vehicle exchange event at Kia of East Syracuse. Exchange your current vehicle and you'll get up to $4,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for your trade. Stop paying for expensive fuel and repairs and start saving today. Buy a new fuel-efficient Kia. Discover Kia, movement that inspires. Kia of East Syracuse, home of a 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty.
This has been a special report from KNN, brought to you by Kia of East Syracuse.
KBB offer based on condition of trade. Not all trades will qualify. See dealer for details. Expires month end.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial. ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Pink Rose Home Service, this is Joe.
Sorry. I was trying to reach Binko's Home Service.
Binko's?
Yeah, I heard on the radio. Binko's.
Oh, okay. I think maybe you misheard. Our name isn't Binko's, it's Pink Rose.
What? You're Pinko's?
No, not Pinko's.
Well, like you're a bunch of communists over there?
No. We're not Pinko's, sir. We're Pink Rose.
Pink Rose?
That's it. You got it. A pink rose is the symbol of trust, friendship, and loyalty. That's what Pink Rose is all about.
Well, great, because I got this long list of home improvements over here. I'd love to knock them out all at once.
Well, you called the right place. Pink Rose is your one-stop shop for all your home improvements.
Wonderful. And to be clear, you are not pig-nosed?
No, we all have human noses.
Okay, great.
Got home improvements? Call Pink Rose, where we're always growing, so we're always hiring, with a $5,000 signing bonus. Online at pink-rose.com.
Hearth Cabinets and More is proud to bring our specialization out of the kitchen and bath and into the rest of your home. See how we can implement functional storage into the empty spaces of your home at a variety of price points to fit any budget. And make your home more lovable with fireplaces, stoves, and accessories. Give Hearth Cabinets and More a call at 315-641-1197. And don't hesitate to visit our showroom at 4483 Buckley Road in Liverpool.
More Bob Lonsberry on News Radio 570 WSYR. Now on 106.9 FM.
My name is Newman, filling in for Mr. Lonsberry this afternoon. I'm from Pennsylvania. I'm a part-time fill-in talk show host and full-time country music disc jockey. I can also do your wedding. Just let me know if you're getting married. I got some wedding stories. I should write a book. Maybe I should read one first. Anyway, the phone number today is 315-412-9797. 315-412-9797. Open line Friday. We are going to... Oh, did I say 42? What did I say? 412 is an area code in Pennsylvania. 315-421-9797. Thank you, Scott. My apologies. So I was going to talk to you about the forensic audit analogy that my friend Ken Matthews came up with, and I think it was brilliant. And he could probably do it a heck of a lot better than I can. Here's the bottom line. If you have $100 cash, $1 bills, $101 bills, and I hand them to you, and you count them out, and you agree, okay, there's 100 pieces of paper. And now I turn around and I say, well, hang on a second. In that stack of 100 single bills that I gave you, I noticed 20 of them are just blank sheets of paper. So really, you only have $80 there. So let's go back and find those blank sheets of paper and take them out and then count what you have left. And you should have 80. That's kind of a very simple way of talking about what a forensic audit should be. Yes, you do have 100 pieces of paper here, but you can't say you have $100 there. You know why? Because 20 of them are just blank sheets of paper. Now, some people would argue that the dollar bill is worth about a blank sheet of paper, too. I get that, but that's not what I'm talking about. 100 pieces of paper, 80 of them are actual dollars, 20 of them are just blank sheets of paper. Throw them out, they don't count. Same thing with the ballots. Or let's go with the votes, right? You count the ballots and you discover, well, this ballot, it belongs to a dead person, or this ballot isn't even filled out, or this ballot is also not admissible because of XYZ. Push them aside, count the actual ballots that should be counted, the valid ballots, and then see who is the rightful president of the United States. I'd be willing to bet my next 3 paychecks it ain't Joe Biden. 315-421-9797. Let's go to Dwayne. Dwayne, you're on the Bob Lonsberry Show on News Radio 570 WSYR.
Thank you for having me on. What I don't think people are understanding is when they vet a president, his mind is full of every top secret thing that he has. So unless you are going to erase his mind, he can tell these secrets to whoever he wants. He can take pictures. He can take pictures. He can put it on the interweb. He can do whatever he wants with it. He can hide it in a million different ways. But
Dwayne, to what end? To what end would he do that? What's the benefit? What's the point of him doing that?
Benefit, but I mean, the whole thing is they're going, well, he's got these classified papers that he read and he knows what they are, nuclear secrets or codes which are changed on a routine. So whatever he has, unless it's names of spies and people that are out there, informants that are working in the field right now, that would be the only thing that would benefit a foreign government. But still, he could have all that information in his head. And he
I see what you're saying, Dwayne. I understand what you're saying. I appreciate you calling, too. Thank you for being part of the News Radio 570 WSYR on the Bob Lonsberry Show. What I think the FBI is trying to say, I think they're trying to say that while you're right, the president has a lot of this information in his brain, but they were worried about other people having access to those documents as well, and they were afraid that the documents were not secure. But now they're going one step further and trying to pursue a criminal investigation, which, okay, if you're going to do that, then what about going after Hillary Clinton and the 33,000 emails that were just erased off the face of the earth, where she had staffers with hammers smashing cell phones, where she bleach bleach, or whatever that term was. She got rid of a lot of evidence. Maybe a lot of that stuff was old family recipes. Maybe it was some Hunter Biden-esque type, salacious material. I don't know. I don't think anybody wants to see that. But the difference there, Hillary Clinton had a server in her residence that you could also argue, what's more unsecure? Donald Trump having 15 boxes full of documents at Mar-a-Lago behind a closed door that the FBI came in and said, hey, you need to secure this a little better. Okay, no problem, Mr. FBI agent. Or Hillary Clinton, who had a server in her residence out in Long Island that was unsecure, where she was sending, government emails and information. You could sit here and say, well, they're both unsecure. Well, then why didn't we raid Hillary? This is politically motivated, and everybody knows it. And anybody who says it's not politically motivated, you're politically motivated. You're politically motivated to say that. 315-421-9797. Again, my name is Newman, filling in for Mr. Bob Lonsberry this afternoon on News Radio 570 WSYR. 315-421-9797. We'll take some more of your phone calls in just a couple of minutes. It is Open Line Friday. Also, I'm not sure if you saw or heard the audio yet where Joe Rogan was talking to, what was the Facebook guy? I can see his face right now. I'm blanking out on his name. Zuckerberg. Mark, thank you very much, Scott. Yeah, Zuckerberg. They were being having a conversation on the Joe Rogan podcast. Rogan asked him point blank about what the FBI said regarding Hunter Biden's laptop to Zuckerberg and the head honchos at Facebook, and what their reaction was. I'll have that for you on the other side of the break here on News Radio 570 WSYR.
From the Price Chopper, Market 32 Traffic Center, traffic remains heavy along State Fair Boulevard from Bridge Street all the way to Gate 6 and Gate 7. Also, traffic moving well 690 west from downtown to the fairgrounds. Delays are minor at Exit 7. Right now, traffic is moving well 81 south as you leave downtown, heading to Brighton Avenue and 481. Justin James on Syracuse's breaking news, weather and traffic station, News Radio 570 WSYR.
This report is sponsored by Blindster. Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blind shades and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. Don't overpay for new blinds. Shop Blindster today and save big. Blindster.com.
News Radio 570 WSYR. Weather.
Tonight we'll see a heavy thunderstorm early in the evening, otherwise considerable cloudiness. Storms can bring flash flooding and isolated damaging wind gusts, low 62. Tomorrow, partly sunny and pleasant. Tomorrow's high 77. Tomorrow night, mainly clear skies, low 55. Mostly sunny Sunday, high 85. From the Syracuse Tile and Marble Weather Center, Syracuse Tile and Marble, your one-stop supplier for cabinetry, countertops, and tile. I'm forecaster Drew Shannon.
This report is sponsored by Price Chopper and Market 32.
Sweet news, Price Chopper and Market 32 shoppers. Apple cider and pumpkin cake donuts are back. They're fresh baked and scrumptious and available in 12 varieties, including new chocolate iced and chocolate chips. This week, get 2 packs for just $7 with your Advantage card.
Excuse me while I sip my coffee out of my Let's Go Brandon mug.
Syracuse's Morning News with Dave Allen.
I'm sorry, is it too soon?
Keeping you in the know and in the now.
News Radio 570 WSYR.
Dragons are coming. Step back into the world of Game of Thrones with the new HBO original series, House of the Dragon, now streaming on HBO Max. Each week, return to Westeros for the inside scoop with the official Game of Thrones podcast, House of the Dragon.
Dreams didn't make us kings. Dragons did.
Listen to the official Game of Thrones podcast, House of the Dragon, on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
New message.
What up, what up? It's Heather's cousin. You dated her in college, or maybe you were just in the same class. Anyway, I heard you bought a boat, my man. Let's hit the water. Oh, and Heather told me you always liked, snacks and stuff, so I could totally bring some chips.
When you get a boat, you also get new friends. Make sure Progressive's one of them, and get coverage today for as little as $100 a year.
Hey, also, I'm a little short on cash, so can you cover the chips? Thanks. I can see why Heather liked you.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Annual premium for basic liability policy not available in all states.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
People are coming from all over to the DV Vehicle Buying Center. We're buying whatever you're selling in 3 easy steps. 1, just drive into the buying center. 2, our experts will offer you a fast appraisal and top dollar for your vehicle. 3, we'll buy yours even if you don't buy one of ours. Why visit the DV Buying Center? Easy, quick, get a check. That's why. The Buying Center at Drivers Village. See why at selltodv.com.
Hey friends, Lonsberry here for Pawn Pro on Erie Boulevard in the East in Syracuse. There's a reason, for the pro in their name, Pawn Pro. Brian and Paul are the 2 brothers who own Pawn Pro. They worked for another pawn shop for a lot of years, and all that time they kept thinking, there's got to be a better pawn store concept, a place where people will be comfortable going to shop or sell their stuff. So they designed the concept for Pawn Pro with a friendly professional staff in a store designed just like any other retail store, clean and organized with nice showcases and shelving. They wanted to be the pros in the pawn store business. If you go there, I think you'll agree that they accomplished their goal. Their store is fun to shop in, it's friendly, safe, and they don't sell any junk. They stand behind what they sell with a guarantee and the kind of personalized service we all like to find, especially in a local family business. I've never seen a pawn shop like Pawn Pro, and I didn't expect what I saw when I went. Stop in and see for yourself. That's Pawn Pro, Erie Boulevard East in Syracuse, or online at pawnpro.com.
Hi, folks. This is former All-Pro and world champion quarterback Joe Theismann for Garvin Metal Roofs. When I decided to put a metal roof on my home, Garvin was the team I turned to first. They have over 30 years of experience installing metal roofs around the United States. A Garvin metal roof stands up to ice and snow, as well as extreme heat and wind. They last up to 50 years or more, and they come in a variety of styles, like standing seam, shingle look, barrel vault, cedar shake, stone-coated metal, and more. And with prices as low as $79 a month, they're more affordable than ever.
Garvin is locally owned and operated and has been serving upstate New York for over 15 years.
I'm putting a Garvin metal roof on my home. Find out which one is right for you. Garvin Metal Roofs, we've got you covered.
Book an appointment today at GarvinMetalRoofsNY.com or call 315-860-1243.
Metal roofs are now affordable. Garvin Metal Roofs.
40-second financing, 1-hour delivery, and my 200-point inspection. It all adds up to the fastest and most trustworthy shopping experience in New York State. Come in today to find the perfect vehicle for you. And always, you'll be good to go.
The truth with no agenda and no political lean. The Cats Roundtable with John Katsimatidis. John has his pulse on the big stories with the biggest names in the world. Available anytime at www.catsroundtable.com.
My name is Newman, in for Mr. Bob Lonsberry, joining you from the Keystone State, Pennsylvania. I was going to play some audio. Mark Zuckerberg was on the Joe Rogan podcast. I'll be honest with you, I want to make sure, I've listened to it a couple of times, but Joe Rogan has a podcast, and Joe Rogan can say whatever he wants, and sometimes he lets a few colorful words fly by. I don't want to get anybody in any kind of a jackpot, so I'm going to go back and re-listen, just making sure that it's washed clean for your ears and for your listening enjoyment. But Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook talking about how the FBI approached them about some quote-unquote dis or misinformation coming from Russia. My gosh, you can't make this stuff up. But we'll get into that after 4 o'clock. I'd like to go to the phones, though, on Open Line Friday and talk to James. James, welcome to the Bob Lonsberry Show on News Radio 570 WSYR.
Thank you, Newman. It's nice to talk with you. I've got a comment about the last caller.
Okay.
With Hillary's server. I'll bet you she had to destroy that because Epstein mailed Bill a menu of what was happening at Pedophile Island. I'll bet you that's the case.
Wow.
And I know for a fact that voter fraud occurred because there was an example of it with the New York City mayor. it appears that the voting machines were set on test, and they gave his Democratic opponent, who the machine didn't want as mayor, it gave him the first 50,000 votes. And it was actually 3 days later, and it was on the news that they had the count reversed, and that's what gave the mayor his job. So that's how Biden took the election. And
you're probably not right. I'm sure that is a piece of the puzzle, without a doubt, James. And honestly, we go on and on and on about the FBI this and the FBI that, and they suppressed information. I don't think that would have made a dang bit of a difference. It really don't, because until we fix the Dominion issue, until we fix the mail-in ballot issue, because a mail-in ballot, in the terms that we have now, is different than an absentee ballot. And until we fix those issues, whoever's controlling the puppet strings is going to have the outcome of XYZ election that they want. I almost think these same people will concede and give the quote-unquote red wave to the Republicans in the midterms, just to make us think that, okay, now we have a fighting chance. But until we fix these other things, it's pointless. It's like shouting into the abyss. I appreciate the phone call, James. Thank you so much for calling the Bob Lonsberry Show. Take care. It's News Radio 570 WSYR, 315-421-9797. I think we got time to go to Patty. Patty, welcome to the Bob Lonsberry Show.
Hey, I think you're absolutely right about what you just said. President Trump's the best president we ever had. They're not going to find anything on him, but they're going to keep trying because they're scared to death of him. But I wanted to ask you, what do you think about us getting ID'd for whipped cream now?
Getting ID'd for whipped cream?
Yes, you get ID'd for buying whipped cream now.
Are you talking about the stuff that comes out of a can?
Yes.
Okay. Are they afraid that somebody's going to be doing too many whippets? Is that the problem?
I don't know. They said the kids are getting into, I guess, the gases. I don't know if that's the same thing they put in balloons, but yeah, they were supposed to be IDing us now for whipped cream.
Have you ever seen? And I'm not advocating this because I don't know how dangerous it actually is. Or not. Have you ever seen someone do a whippet, or do you know what a whippet is?
Yes, it makes you talk kind of like Donald Duck or Mickey Mouse or something.
I don't know if it has an effect on your vocal cords like that, but you're supposed to get some kind of a silly little high. I used to work in a grocery store when I was a teenager, and right around Halloween, we were told don't sell any eggs to kids under the age of 18, and don't. For whatever reason, it kind of went hand in hand with the whippets. I guess they'd get high on the whipped cream and then go throw eggs at people. It was insanity. So I would have friends who would say, like, "Hey man, can you hook me up with some eggs?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?"
Trying to lighten the moment a little bit. President Trump's a great president. They're not going to find anything on that guy. They're trying to break him, and you can't.
Right.
He's an amazing guy, and it's not going to happen. I worry more about the whipped cream.
It is a setup, 100%, where they're just trying to smear the guy to the point, maybe shame him, or actually bring some kind of charges against him to where he becomes disqualified from running for political office, especially the highest office in the land, the presidency of the United States. Thank you very much, Patty. I appreciate you joining us on News Radio 570. Thank you. News Radio 570 WSYR and the Bob Lonsberry Show. Again, my name is Newman. If you're just joining us, I'll get you reacquainted with who I am on the other side of the break. I'm going to make sure that we wash the Joe Rogan bit that I'm going to play for you before it hits the air. Just to make sure it's all good. But that's all coming up after 4 o'clock here on News Radio 570 WSYR.
This is getting real strange.
When you binge our updates, you're more prepared for life's stranger things.
News at the top and bottom of the hour.
On 570 WSYR.
Keep listening for the next chance to win your way to our iHeartRadio Music Festival, September 23rd and 24th at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Tickets are on sale right now. AXS.com.
Stream it free on the CW app and CWTV.com.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival. Your chance to win happens every weekday in the 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 5 p.m. hour. Powered by Longley Dodge Ram. Come check out our Labor Day sales event going on all month long. Over 50 Rams in stock. Shop LongleyBrothers.com or just stop in. Route 57, just south of Fulton.
This
This is KNN, the Kia News Network.
This just in, Kia of East Syracuse would like to invite you to the vehicle exchange event going on right now. Kia of East Syracuse has a shortage of vehicles and has the go-ahead to exchange your current vehicle for unbelievable savings to you. During this vehicle exchange event, Kia of East Syracuse will offer you up to $4,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for your current vehicle. The offer is valid even if you still have an existing balance on your current loan. They will accept your exchange. Plus, special savings have been applied to newly arriving 2023 Kias, 2023 Fortes, Souls, and Sportages are all available. Don't miss this. Because of low inventory levels, Kia of East Syracuse is holding the vehicle exchange event. Simply exchange your current vehicle and you'll get up to $4,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for your trade. Discover Kia, movement that inspires. Kia of East Syracuse, home of a 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty.
This has been a special report from KNN, brought to you by Kia of East Syracuse.
KBB offer based on condition of trade. Not all trades will qualify. See dealer for details. Expires month end.
Doug. Chances are you're jamming in your car right now. And since Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance so you only pay for what you need, Limu and I are going to show you some safe car dance moves. Hit it. Everybody, check your blind spots real quick. Now hands on the wheel. Put them 10 and 2 and